Hello and welcome to Winnipeg. I'm here at the Canadian Museum of Human Rights. This museum is so special. I cannot wait to explore. It's supposed to be a very thought-provoking museum with a lot of exhibitions that celebrate human rights. So this is the only museum in the world dedicated to the evolution, celebration, and future of human rights. And it was established in 2008. This is also considered one of the top attractions here in Winnipeg. In fact, students from all over the provinces of Canada come here on field trips just to see the storytelling inside. The architecture is also really interesting. We have all of these ramps leading up to this big glass building with a spire on top. And it said that the glass part here is meant to symbolize dove wings wrapped around the building, and is also symbolizing going from darkness to light. So let's go inside and explore. We are actually on ancestral land right here. We're in an area called the Forks.
This museum costs over $500 million. We're about to go in. Let's do it.
Just walking in, you can feel how imposing this building is. Wow. On either side, there's these really tall walls. So we're inside the museum, and if the exhibits weren't thought-provoking enough, check out this architecture. It's unreal. There's all these alabaster catwalks coming in every direction. It's so fun to walk around in here. So the structure here has a lot of significance as well. It symbolizes the contrast between lightness and dark.
And alabaster is considered to have a healing property in it. So when you walk your journey from darkness up to light, it's a healing journey. And it was the most difficult part of the museum to build.
One of our favorite parts of this museum is the view from up top. Look at the city. If you like these views as much as we do, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe down below. So Mike, what are we looking at here?
We're at the Canadian Museum of Human Rights, and we're looking at some of the different stories about people speaking up for their rights. And this is relevant to Manitoba because in Manitoba, in the past, French public education was either banned or poorly provided. The Franco-Manitoban community asserted their constitutional rights to manage their own school system. So this talks about their story in an interactive fashion.
Believe it or not, the word pasta was very controversial here because it violated language laws. One of the things that's interesting about this museum is that Canada shares a lot of the same human rights stories as the US, like women's freedom to vote, and also this one here, the Japanese rights during World War II. They had a lot of the same treatment of Japanese people. And this right here is talking about migrant worker rights, another topic that's very important in the US as well.
Very few right angles. And you notice how open they are? That's because of the importance of transparency.
So we just heard the docent speak, and she was recapping the architecture here, and why you see all these oddly shaped angles is because the architect said you cannot fit human rights into right angles. There's many different schools of thought coming together, symbolized by all of these different angles. So this room showcases some of the famous figures of human rights defenders. So one of the coolest things about Winnipeg is the multiculturalism, and this exhibition is celebrating that and how Canadians were able to protect their rights. And you'll notice a lot of people here from different groups. There's a lot of Indian people, there's a Ukrainian population, there's also the First Nations. We hope that you enjoyed this tour of the Canadian Museum for Human Rights and get a chance to visit very soon. Link in the description for more information, and like and subscribe for more videos of Winnipeg.